And we are live. Welcome back for another stream, everyone. Hope you're all doing good on this fine Saturday. We are live for another deadline. Gameweek 14, everyone. Big decisions to make with Haaland this game week. How are we all doing this morning? Hope we're all well. Thank you all for being here. Good to see so many names in the chat already. We've already got over 700 tuned in. We've got Luna, Amir, Gibbles, Kazi, Superfan Alex, Evan, APAC, Ben, Theodore, Victor, FPL Boo Boo, Abadi, Reese, John, and many more. Morning all, welcome to the stream. Hope you're all doing well. Lots to talk about on this one, and obviously we've got this massive Haaland headache to deal with. So decisions to make. I'm still not sure which way I'm going to go with captaincy. The hope is that we're going to get some last minute news and leaks while we're live this morning for this stream. So anything that comes through in the next hour and a half or thereabouts, I will share with you guys. So hopefully we get some news, because if we do, that's a massive edge this game week, because Haaland still will be the most captain player. So if we do get some kind of early news that he's benched, then yeah, there's massive upside in going elsewhere with the captaincy, and in my case it would be Salah. Just got to make my mind up which way to go. So yeah, lots to talk about there. We'll do the news roundup and we'll go more into Haaland and what's happened, why he's flagged. And yeah, good to have you all here. We've got a super chat. No, we've got 10 months from Andreas. Thank you, Andreas. And he says, woke up this morning, got some good gabagool. What's gabagool? Good gabagool. Is that like good vibes? Good energy? Good luck? Hampu says -4 if Haaland is injured. I'm not sure if I would sell Haaland, even if he is out for this game. I think he's worth a hold. You know, we've got players like Andreas who's fine to play if he is out. Don't really mind that if it does come to it, because these last 2 home games for City I think are too good to pass up on. Imagine Haaland home to Fulham and home to Brentford. And I imagine if he does miss Leicester, then he's certainly back for these 2. There's every chance he plays Leicester today as well. But yeah, it's the first game of the game week, Leicester v Man City, so the hope is that we'll get some news. Morning Darren, how we doing? Morning Coffee. Harry Elliott says Harvey Elliott is my brother. If that's true, Harry, get Harvey to DM me and we'll get him on for a video. How about that? I'd like to pick his brains at FPL and if any of the other Liverpool lads play. So what are you guys going to do if we do get news that Haaland's out or benched? Who are you guys going to go for captain? I think it's a good week for alternative captains, I have to say. We've got Spurs up against Bournemouth. That's a great fixture. You could go for Son or Kane there. We've got Arsenal home to Nottingham Forest, so you could go for someone like Saka, Jesus, even Martinelli. A lot of options. And I do fear not owning any Spurs players besides Dyer. Captain Kane, Salah or Mitrovic. Yeah, Mitrovic is a good shout as well. Yeah, even like Zaha, he could get something. So could Tony. A lot of alternative options. It would be interesting if he is out. It would blow the game wide open, but we'll see what comes to fruition in the next hour or so, and hopefully we get some early news as to whether he is in the squad and if he is starting or not. No promises, but we hope to get something. And anything we do get, I will share with you guys. Andrea says his captain is Salah if Erling starts. That's my plan as well. Wait, if Erling starts? Even if? Okay. No, I'm not planning to do that. If Erling's starting, then he's my captain. But if he's not starting or benched, then it's going to be Salah. And if we don't get any news, then it's a really difficult one, because then you're taking a risk that he is starting. The worst case scenario is that he's benched and comes on and gets nothing, which would just be a 2-pointer. But it is a gamble. I think it's probably a gamble I would take. I think I would stick with Haaland, but it's close. I need to make my mind up over the next hour or so. Bowen to Rashford. If you're looking to sell Bowen this game week, then I think Saka and Foden are the 2 standouts. And then I like Rashford. Yeah, Rashford's a good shout. I still think Zaha's okay. Martinelli's okay. Saka for Foden for Bowen. Saka or Foden, do you mean? If I was picking between the 2, I'd go Foden. I imagine he goes back into the team now after a bench in last game week. Ayush says never back the early kickoff, Mr. Focal. That's true, Gandhi's law. Good point. But if anyone can break Gandhi's law, then it's got to be Haaland, right? The man is a robot. But yeah, let's do the news roundup and we'll talk about Haaland a bit more. We'll start off with Villa. Because the FPL troll Luca Dean is back in training and will return to the squad to face Newcastle on Sunday. I have absolutely no intention to go back anywhere near him for the rest of my FPL career, but he is back in full training. O'Neill remains hopeful that the fitness of Dominic Solanke, who is a lot better than expected following an injury at West Ham on Monday. Neto is sidelined with a hamstring issue, not sure how long, but it won't be short term. So this is massive for those of you that own Son or Kane, and I am really nervous going to this one without either of those players because I think they could win that one quite comfortably. Some West Ham news, people talking about Bowen in the chat. Moy said Bowen missed the game because he had a bit of an ankle injury. He'll assess it tomorrow, which was yesterday, to see how it is. He doesn't know yet how serious it is. He said, I don't think it's too bad, but we'll see tomorrow. So there's rumours that he's in the squad, but he is a doubt whether he starts or not. And it is a bad fixture against Man United, so I would be looking to sell him this week for Saka or Foden myself. Some Leeds news. Marsh has his injury doubts over Gelhardt, Rodrigo, Sinistera and Adams. Still being assessed. Dallas and Forshaw missing. A lot of players are doubts, and there's a few injuries already. So yeah, again, I think this one could be a comfortable win for Liverpool, which is why Salah's a very reasonable alternative for captaincy this week. And it's a decision I need to make myself, to be honest. Some Arsenal news. Gabriel Limped down the tunnel at the end of the game. This was in the Europa League. Looked to be grimacing in pain. There was a video of him walking to the team bus after the game as well, and he did have a bit of a limp. So, yeah, not sure if he'll be in the squad or not. How severe that is, we don't know. And the Man City news, Haaland. Pep, to be honest, he's just useless in his presses. He never reveals much. So we didn't get much, really. But he said he feels better, but we're training this afternoon. He said we'll assess him in the next few hours to see how he's feeling, and if he's fit, we will decide. And again, he was pressed on this for more information, and he said it won't be 24 hours when I know if he's available or not. He said I will know in 2 hours if he's able to play against Leicester or not. So yeah, absolutely useless really from Pep. No indication whether he's fine or not. He basically said 2 hours after this press conference, I will know. So yeah, that's the latest on Haaland. And it's very hard to make a call based on that limited information, which is why I hope that we'll get some news or leaks during this deadline stream, whether he's in the squad or, you know, spotted on the team bus, anything like that. Po Collector said, good morning, 4:30 AM here. Morning, Po Collector. This is the other thing. I do really sympathise with time zones where there could be significant last-minute news. There might not be, but you have to get up early just in case of that. If you really are taking FPL seriously, that is. You know, if you're not, then it doesn't matter. But you know, most of us are taking FPL very seriously, so you want to catch big news, like if Haaland's in the squad or not. And there's every chance we don't get that news. So I do sympathise with time zones where you have to get up super early to hopefully catch that news. Whereabouts are you all tuned in from this morning? John Tao says, will Trent start? I think he starts, yeah. I think he will. He was benched last game week, started midweek. Rumours that he's not on the bus. We'll have to see. I need to see something reliable. I need to see something reliable, or, you know, like photos or something, or a reliable source. 11:39 in Finland. Perfect for you. Almost time for lunch. Deadline stream lunch. Will's tuning in from England, Australia, South Africa, Bangladesh, Big Norway, Liverpool. Epsom as usual, Trinidad. Paulie says, come on boys, we need photos. We do. If anyone's in Man City, if anyone's in Leicester, can you go and wait outside the stadium and send in some photos to DMs to me of the team bus? That would be perfect, thank you. A lot of people tuning in from Nigeria. I get lots of comments from people saying love from Nigeria. I seem to have a big Nigerian following, which is really cool. Beanbag, how we doing? Good morning, mate. Captain Haaland or Darwin? Right now, I'm still on Haaland. I do think Darwin's a good pick, but right now I'm on Haaland. We'll have a look at the points projections a bit later on the stream and who's top. I think Darwin's a good shout if you don't have Salah. Otherwise, I think Salah just about edges it. Algeria, Malaysia, Ukraine, Sudan, Australia, DCL. Yeah, DCL's an interesting one. We're at that point where there's 3 more game weeks before the World Cup. Game week 14, game week 15, game week 16. And then that's it. No FPL for 6 weeks. So we're at a point where you feel like you're almost obligated. And I was saying this to Mark Southerns when they invited me on Black Box the other day. You almost feel a bit obligated to take some short-term punts because we've all got that opportunity to, because we all get unlimited transfers after game week 16. So players like DCL could actually be great punts. You know, Everton have probably got the best fixtures of all teams before the World Cup. So I don't hate the DCL punt. I think I'd like to see a bit more this game week and then probably move for someone like DCL. But I don't mind the DCL pick at all. In my case, my plan is to roll the transfer unless we get any news that, for example, Cancelo's out. Then I would probably be forced to make a defender transfer because I don't want to start Nico. But yeah, I want to roll the transfer and then take 2 into 15 because there are some headaches in 15. Like Mitrovic has got City away, Arsenal and Chelsea face one another, Liverpool face Tottenham. So I plan to take 2 transfers into 15 and then maybe I'll move Mitrovic to Skamaka, something like that. Andrew says, Malawi, you're here, mate. Love the content. Thanks, Andrew. Appreciate that. Thank you. DM Raptor. I can't DM Raptor right now. He won't see my message. I can WhatsApp him. Thing is, also we have to be very, very careful this morning because everyone's going to be sharing fake news, especially Boona. Not everyone, sorry. But there's going to be a lot of fake news circulating. John says, are you on the beer tonight? Not sure tonight. This morning I'm on the a tea. I need a tea to wake me up. Had a bit of a late one last night, but I've got the FPL former #1 in the world mug. Alex Person says, am I an idiot to captain Bukayo Saka? Not an idiot at all. I think he's a great pick. He was benched in the Europa League, so he's had a little bit of a rest. He did come on second half. I think he's a very viable captain. Let's have a look at the kings of the Gameweek anyway. Get your guesses in the chat. Who's going to be the king of Gameweek 14? We've had some really difficult ones so far. Gameweek 13 was Zuma. Gameweek 12 was Allison. Guesses in the chat. Who's it going to be Gameweek 14? I don't think anyone got Zuma last week. I might be wrong, but I don't think anyone got Zuma. I'm not sure if anyone got Allison either. It is really difficult to call. Sometimes you get completely random players that you never would have thought. What have we got for guesses? We've got Robertson from Arman. Sand says Firmino. Isaac says Trent. Aditya says Perisic or Guehi. Oh, hang on. Is that... that's an FPL question. Probably Guehi. I'm not sure if Perisic starts, to be honest with you. Mitrovic or Willian. Good shout, Andres. Hopefully Mitrovic, as a Mitrovic owner. Sam Brooks reckons it's Mings. Tony, Saliba. So Adrian says Ward for real. If Ward gets it, then he's got it twice along with Haaland. Haaland's the only one that's got it twice at the moment. Dallo, Fred, Gabriel. Iwobi. Oh, you know what? I should have grabbed that graphic I made yesterday on the points over the last 6 game weeks. Let me try and find it and we'll have a look at that a bit later on the stream. I did put together a graphic yesterday on the points over the last 6 game weeks and there's some very surprising names there. Maybe we can look at it right now. Let me see if I can get this over here. Move that there. Does that work? Perfect. Yeah, this is a graphic I made yesterday and it's worth sharing just to look retrospectively at who scored the most points over the last 6 because some of these names are very surprising. Haaland, not surprising. He scored the most points in a game less than many other players. But Almiron, 47 points over the last 6 game weeks. Second highest among all players. He's absolutely flying this season and I think he's a great transfer this game week as well. Kane third, not surprising. Castagna's another interesting one. Many of us have overlooked him. I certainly have. Foden's up there. Alisson. But yeah, Iwobi's up there. Certainly flying under the radar, Iwobi. I hadn't considered him at any point this season. Anthony for Martinelli. I don't know which way around you mean that, but I think Anthony and Martinelli are both holds if you've got either. I wouldn't be selling either this week. You know, Martinelli's got Forest. Anthony's got 3 decent fixtures before the World Cup, so I don't think I would be selling either of those players. Start Doherty or Gordon. I think Gordon. Just seems a bit up in the air with the Spurs fullbacks. Morning Alvin, he says, what are your Haaland plans? At the moment I've got the armband on him. That might change later in the stream. I need to make my mind up. I should have done so before going live, to be honest with you, but I was out last night so I didn't get a chance to really think about my FPL team too much. Very late last night I was putting together graphics for this stream and prepping. So yeah guys, if you are enjoying the stream so far, please do hit like on it. We've got 1,800 tuned in and about 200 likes, so if everyone hits like now we will blow past 500. I think that would be a good target. So everyone hit like if you are enjoying the stream so far. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. I post 4 or 5 videos every game week, lots of FPL content for you guys to help you improve your rank and win your mini leagues. Thanks Loco, thanks Sam. So yeah, as it stands, I'm on Haaland captain. I'm going to keep my eye out for any leaks or any early news we get, whether Haaland is in the squad or spotted on a team bus or anything that could give us a clue towards if he's playing or not today. It might be quite close to the deadline that we get something. I will keep checking while I'm talking and while we're live, but as it stands, I'm not seeing anything. Just have to be very careful as well, guys. I will stress that what you read, you need to take with a pinch of salt. Check the source, make sure they're reliable. Because as always, the trolls will be out in full force. FPL Boona in particular. I don't know if he's tuning in right now. Boona's so funny. If you meet him in real life, he's the nicest guy. He's really, really cool. But he's so hated on Twitter for his fake news and the lengths he goes to. You know, he updates his Twitter handle, his profile picture, his bio, and tweets like he's a source, revealing something big like, you know, Haaland's out injured for 6 weeks or something like that. Nova says, would you keep Maddison to roll or sell him? I would sell him this week. I think it's time to sell Maddison. Very, very difficult fixture against City, and there's really good alternatives this week. Foden, Saka, Martinelli, Zaha. I think they're all better replacements, so I would sell him. Start Haaland. Yeah, you have to start Haaland. The worst possible situation is that he's in the squad on the bench and then comes off the bench. But even then, he has potential to get you something off the bench. But certainly start him in your FPL team. You have to start him. I think if we get a leak that he's not starting, then it is tempting to start Andreas ahead of him. And that's probably what I'll do. I'll probably give Andreas a nod if Haaland's bench. But it's close though, isn't it? Because Haaland could do a lot of damage in half an hour, right? What would you guys do? If we get a leak on the stream that Haaland's benched, do you start him in your FPL team or do you start someone who's first on your bench? In my case, Andreas. What would you guys do? You won't punt Kane. I think Kane's excellent for this week, but it's just game week 15 and 16, 2 home games against Fulham and Brentford. I can't go into those without him. You start him regardless, but Salah capped him. Yeah, it's close. It's really close. Andreas says, I don't trust the leaks enough to bench him. Yeah, if we get any leaks or anything like that, I will give my verdict on the reliability, whether they're a good source or not. I've got a Twitter list with, you know, a ton of accounts that leak lineups and that sort of thing. So if anything comes through, I will let you know, and I'll give my verdict on the reliability and whether I'm trusting it or not, and what my take is. But as it stands, I'm going to start Haaland, captain him, Salah vice. That might change closer to the deadline, so it could be a last-minute one. My transfer plans are to roll, Leo. I'm rolling the transfer, taking 2 into 15. I want that flexibility because there are some tricky fixtures in 15. Start Dalot or Rashford. I think I'd start Rashford. Favour the attacker there. Unless there's any reason why he doesn't start. Does Ronaldo come to the starting 11 or not? I think I'd start Rashford. Haaland to Broja. Not a move I would be making, no. Not for me. Start Ødegaard or Dalot. Ødegaard. Solanke to DCL. I don't hate that one. I'd like to see a bit more from DCL, but if you catch him in the right time, DCL, he's a great pick, but he's just so injury prone the last couple of seasons. Tony or Kane this week. Is that who to captain or who to transfer? I mean, Kane's the highest upside pick, definitely. As we said at the top of this stream, Neto is out this game week. He's injured. Travers comes back into the starting 11. And then Travers, if I'm not mistaken, worst in the league for expected goals prevented this season. And Neto top. Or at least he was a couple of game weeks ago. So it's a massive difference between the two. Neto's had a huge impact. Start Guehi, Gomez or Perisic. I think I'd give Gomez the nod there. Gomez and then Guehi first on the bench and then Perisic. In fact, I did prepare Paul O'Keefe's prediction on Spurs. Let's have a look at that. This is how he's predicting Spurs to line up. He's generally very accurate with his predictions. And he's predicted a back three, obviously Davies, Dyer, Romero, and the wing backs Emerson and Sessegnon. So he's predicted that Doherty and Perisic will be benched. It's just a prediction, he doesn't actually know. He's got Bentancur and Højbjerg in midfield, and he's got a front three with Lucas Moura. I'm not sure if he even started any games this season, but Moura comes in, Kane and Son obviously, so that's his prediction on how Spurs line up. FYI to Doherty and Perisic owners. Again, I must stress that it is just a prediction and he could be wrong, but he's been pretty accurate this season. So that's something to consider as well. If you've got a player like Guehi or Gomez, then I would personally be giving them the nod instead. Nothing on the Liverpool lineup. What time's the Liverpool game? Is that 3 o'clock? Yeah, you know what? Today's going to be a great day of football. Anyone else absolutely buzzing for today? Look at the fixtures. Leicester v City first. And then we've got 5 games at 3 o'clock. Then we've got Fulham v Everton. Again, happy with that because I've got Mitrovic. So all the time slots today, I've got players involved. And then I've got Liverpool v Leeds at 7:45 tonight. It's going to be a good day of football. Scoreline predictions, guys. Leicester v Man City. What do we think? Luna says, love it. John's buzzing for it. Yeah, I can't wait. I'm going to be in the Discord probably for most of today. 3-1 Man City. You guys back in Leicester to score? Okay. I hope not, as a Cancelo owner. 3-1, 2-0, 5-0, 2-1. Three 0 Man City. Guehi or Ben White in the starting 11? I would go Ben White. For any of you guys that got 50-50 calls on defenders to start, this is a graphic I made this week on the clean sheet odds. So refer to this on some of your 50-50 calls. And this game at Arsenal are top of the clean sheet odds. 52% chance against Forest. City are second, 43% chance. Spurs, Man United tied with a 37.5. And Liverpool actually, 3-way tie. Newcastle 36%. Yeah, a Newcastle clean sheet is massive for me because I'm doubled up. Alisson to Ward. Yeah, surely. I mean, looking at that, it just makes perfect sense, right? 8.5% chance for Leicester, the bookies have given them this week. Hopefully we get the Ward of old, because to be fair, Ward's actually turned it around and played quite well recently. I think he's on like 4 clean sheets in his last 5 or 6. But with Foden, hopefully Haaland and Cancelo involved, it'd be good to see the Ward of earlier in the season, where he was making a lot of mistakes, looked really, really shaky. That's what we hope. Is Kepa a good pick? I don't know right now if he honestly is. He's been doing exceptionally well. He's looking very, very good, but I'm not sure right now if I'd go there. You know, they've got 2 away games, Brighton and Newcastle, and then they've got Arsenal sandwiched between home game. So I'm not sure if I would go for Kepa right now. But I think once we get to the World Cup and we are tinkering with our teams for Gameweek 17 onwards, then I think Kepa's going to be the one. Absolute bargain. I think he's 4.5. And this is why I picked up Fofana, because, you know, at the time he was 4.4, but it's such a cheap route into a top defence. So I think Kepa for 4.5 is going to be great coming out of the World Cup. What's the name of the song in the background? It's Plasma Connection by Harris Heller. Didn't think anyone liked this music, to be honest. It's just copyright free music. Start Diaz or Andreas. I think I'd go Diaz there. Back the clean sheet odds. Difficult one that though. You know what, actually I prepared a graphic on Andreas as well, because he's given us some real headaches this season. You know, we picked him up for 4.5, and the idea was he'll be on our bench and he's there in case we ever need him, but he's been doing really, really well. He's on 50 points, so he's on the same points as Zaha over the season. And he's right up here with the big boys in terms of chances created this season. 27 created. And you look at the names above him: Trippier, Bruno, Salah and De Bruyne. Should we be starting Andreas permanently, or maybe out when we come out of the World Cup in Gameweek 17? Certainly an option. Or maybe Bailey, maybe Almiron. We've got all these enablers all of a sudden. It makes you think, doesn't it? Because last game week he scored that 10-pointer. I had him benched. I think many of us had him benched. Will Tomiyasu start? I think it depends on Gabriel, who was spotted limping after the game. If he starts, then I think it will be him and Saliba centre-back, White right-back, and probably Tierney left-back. So no Tomiyasu. But we don't know what the situation is with Gabriel, whether he's going to play or not. That's the thing. I'm checking throughout this stream, by the way, in case there's any information on Haaland as we slowly approach the deadline. If we do get anything, then you guys will know, and I will share with you anything that I see. Yeah, the hope is that we get some news on Haaland, whether he's in the squad, whether he's starting. Anything to that effect would be useful. The world needs a Man City in the know. That's what we need. If there's one out there. We need a hero. A Man City leak. If there is a Man City in the know out there, drop me a DM. Saka or Zaha? Saka. Start Guehi or Andreas. I think I'd go Andreas there. Just about. What's up with Trossard? What's up with him? I don't know. He's okay, isn't he? He's a troll, that's what. Last game week, many of us sold him for Foden or Saka. Foden and Saka both blank. Trossard scores to wipe out Cancelo's clean sheet. He's a troll, that's what he is. Yeah, I think he's actually a great pick for the final few. Yeah, I'm considering Martinelli to Trossard for Game Week 15 and 16. It's in my thinking. I'm not sure which way I'll go yet, so for me, I'm just going to roll the transfer this week. Let's have a look at the scout selection and see who they've picked for Game Week 14. They've got Raya in goal. It's a 3-4-3. They've got Gabriel, Trippier and Dalot. Midfield 4 is Salah, Saka, Zaha and Rashford. Front 3, Haaland, captain, Tony and Mitrovic. What do we think of the team? Morning, Don. Watkins or Andreas? Watkins. I'm not sure if we see Emery in charge this game. I heard it might be Game Week 15 that will be Emery's first game. But I would go Watkins there. Obviously, it looks like a new manager bounce, or perhaps they just wanted Gerrard out because, you know, straight after his sacking, they win 4-0. Solid team, I agree. Morning, Martin. Keep or sell Aspi? I'd probably sell. Not sure what his chances are of starting realistically. Game Week 15 is Emery's first. Okay. So not this week. But they switched to a 4-2-3-1, which may be what Emery will use going forward. Last time he was in the Premier League, he generally used a 4-2-3-1. In La Liga, he used a 4-4-2-6-6. But I'm not sure if he's got the right players for that at the moment. So we might see the 4-2-3-1. Which makes Bailey actually a really exciting pick for, what was he, like 4.6? I think it was Bailey and Watkins playing wide, and then Ings through the middle up top. Alvaro starts, does he? We need to find a reliable leak, that's the thing. If anyone's got anything reliable, then just send me a DM on Twitter, but I've not seen anything reliable yet, so take everything you read or hear with a pinch of salt at this point. If anything, we might get something closer to the deadline. We've got just under an hour till the deadline, so it's too early, I think, for anything just yet. But if anyone's got anything, then just drop me a DM on Twitter and I'll take a look at it while we're live. Yeah, obviously it's a big decision this week what to do with Haaland, whether to captain him or not. Let's do a captain poll and see what you guys are doing for captaincy this week. Whether you guys are sticking with Haaland or you're going elsewhere. Who's your captain for Gameweek 14? Oops, G14, Gameweek 14. So I guess the top three are Haaland, Salah and Kane. And then other. Boom, there you go. Get your votes in. Interesting to know what you guys are doing because it's a very developing situation and it's yeah, it's going to be interesting to hear the latest and what you guys are doing. So get your votes in on that poll. Where are you going for captaincy this game week? Saka captain, Jesus. You know what? There's a lot of good options. That's the thing this week. While you get your votes in, let's have a look at the predicted points. Where is it? Oh, sorry. There it is. This is from FPL Review as of about 5 minutes before we went live, and this is what they've projected for Gameweek 14. They've got Salah top with 8.1 projected points, Saka second with 6.9, Kane third, and then Jesus, De Bruyne, Martinelli, Son, Nunez, Trent, Zaha, Mitrovic, Rashford, Haaland, Bruno and Foden. How many players do you guys have from this? This is the top, what, 15-ish projections for Gameweek 14. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've just got 6 myself. If you've got more than 6, I think you're looking very good for this game week. Heaton's got 7. Saki's got 8, 7, 6. But yeah, this is an interesting one because they've got Salah top of the projections and he has been an absolute troll, make no mistake. He's been very disappointing in the league, but he's been doing very well in the Champions League. Scored again and assisted Elliott midweek this week, which puts him at, I think it's 6 goals and an assist in 5 games in the Champions League. So he's delivering in the wrong competition, basically. That's the kind of numbers that we want to see in the Premier League to make him a real captain consideration. He is certainly captain consideration, but it's not one you feel totally confident in, is it? And that's what you want. You want to be confident when you're picking a player for captain. And I'll be honest, I don't get that feeling right now with Salah. But I did tweet a thought yesterday, which was that last season there was a record number of triple captains active on Salah when he had a double game week involving Leeds. And this game week, Salah's the most sold player, which is very surprising. The captain poll is also very surprising. 55% are on Haaland captain, Salah second, 24%, Kane 11%, and 10% are on other. Wow. That is by far the lowest we've seen Haaland. Indranil says, love you FPL Focal. Love you too, Indranil. Yeah, that's very low. 55, 56% for Haaland. Very, very low. Tyler, how we doing, mate? He says, thoughts on Bailey this week. I was looking to sell him, but last week he'd done well. Possibly picking up form. It depends who you're looking to sell him for. I think it's okay to keep him. He did look very good last game week, I have to say. I do agree with what you're saying. So I think it's okay to start him if need be. Failing that first on bench is okay too. But it really depends on who you're looking to sell him for. I do think, if possible, taking 2 transfers into Gameweek 15 is going to be powerful. I don't know if you've got 2 already and just looking to spend one rather than burn him. But I think it's fine to keep him, in my opinion, and take 2 transfers into Gameweek 15 because, yeah, Gameweek 15 is tricky. We've got Mitrovic away to City. We've got Arsenal and Chelsea against one another. We've got Spurs v Liverpool. So there are some sticky fixtures there, which, in my opinion, having 2 banks will be useful. For example, I could do Mitrovic to Skamaka. West Ham have got 2 home games. I could do Salah and Foden to De Bruyne and Bowen, again, for those West Ham home fixtures. There's a few ways I could go there, so my plan is to roll. Even if we get news that Haaland's benched or not in the squad, then I've got Andreas if need be, so I think he's fine. Thank you for the super chat. Almiron over Maddison. I think I would give Almiron the nod ahead of Maddison. You know, can we expect much from Maddison against City? Oh, I need to sneeze. Oh, it went. Oh, bless me. Yeah, I think I'd get Almiron the nod ahead of Maddison this week. Better fixture, and he's in better form. As we said earlier, that graphic on points over the last 6 game weeks, Almiron is second. There you go, end poll. Thank you for voting on the poll. Oh no, nose is runny now. Thanks, guys. Start Rashford over Andreas. I would start Rashford, yeah. I would. We saw Rashford on the points projections just now, so I would give him the nod for that reason. Perisic to Trent this game week. I don't mind that at all. I think Trent's a nice pick for this game week. I really do. Yeah, I like that. Don't think I'd sell Rashford though. Unless I've missed something on Rashford and he's predicted to be benched. There was talk whether Ronaldo starts for the next one. But no, I wouldn't otherwise. Best Arsenal defender. Gabriel, yeah, if he's fit, Gabriel, but he was spotted limping after the game, so it feels a bit risky. I think Tierney's a really exciting pick this game week. I think no one's talking about Tierney. He has been benched a lot. But I think he starts this one, and it is home to Forest, and he's got attacking threat, so I like the Tierney pick. A little bit risky though, whether he continues to start or not. Failing that, I would say Saliba or White. Saliba's on 4 yellows, so one more and he is suspended. That's one thing to consider. Morning, Brian. How we doing? John says, Oscar cutting it fine before the deadlines here. Man City news. I know, it is cutting it fine, but that's the way it goes, right, sometimes, because it is the first fixture of the day, so we should at least, or we hope, to get something before the deadline, but we'll have to see. I will continue to check during the deadline. I'm checking right now whether we've got anything on Man City at all. Excuse me. Be interesting to see how many people are actually selling Haaland. Guesses in the chat. Who do you think the most sold player is this game week? In fact, I might have spoiled that one earlier. Most sold player this game week. Oh no, I need to get a tissue. Oh, there's one. Hang on. I'm going to mute my mic. Alright, we're back. We're good. Yes, Mo Salah, you are correct. Mo Salah is the most sold player heading into this game. It is fairly close. Haaland's third, by the way. 267,000 have sold him. In fact, let me refresh these numbers. Haaland's top now. Over 300,000 have sold him. Team news and ticks. What's he saying? Oh, perfect. So 10:45. Team news and ticks should have something for us. So in about half an hour, hopefully we'll get something from him. Hey Siri, set an alarm for 10:45. There we go. Alarm set. Thank you, Siri. So we'll check back on that in about half an hour for hopeful Haaland news. So anything we get, I will share with you guys. Just a quick look at the most transferred in player as well, and it is by far Almiron. 885,000 managers brought him in, followed by Kane, De Bruyne, Mitrovic, Saka and Foden. Thank you for the super chat. Fizzer Luke, he said, would you keep Andreas or transfer to Saka or Rashford? If you can do Andreas to Saka, then I would make that move. I think that's a really, really good move this week, yeah. I would go to Saka myself. Zedonk says, Perisic and Sinistera to White and Rashford for a -4. I don't like taking hits for defenders, that's the thing. You know, Arsenal are top of the clean sheet odds, but with White, realistically, you're going to probably get 6 points max. Probably. He doesn't really have much attacking threat. This season, he's got like 0.02 XG. He does have a little bit of assist potential, but I don't know if I'd do it from -4. Is the only way that you can fund that move, though? Because if it's the only way you can fund it, then I probably would do it just about. No, it's definitely team news and ticks. I've got him on a separate Twitter list, so yeah, if he gets anything, then it's definitely reliable. He's a good source. So we'll see. But yeah, decisions to make, whether to stick with Haaland or move to Salah. Hopefully I get something on Haaland in about half an hour. Whatever we do get, guys, I will share with you. We've got about 2,700 tuned in at the moment, so if you are enjoying the stream so far, guys, please do hit like on it. I hate to ask, but it makes a massive difference for YouTube and whether they promote my content or not. So hit like if you are enjoying it. We've got 600 now, so let's get it to 1,000. And of course, if you enjoy the content, hit like. I'll make 4 or 5 videos every game week to help you guys improve your rank and win your mini league. So make sure you subscribe for that as well. Yeah, in about half an hour, we'll have some Haaland news, we hope. Whether he's starting or not, whether he's in the squad or not even. We don't know at this point. It's very up in the air. Sell or bench Doherty. Paul O'Keefe predicted him to be benched, so it depends who you have to start ahead of him. If you have a good player to start ahead of him, then I would just leave it this week. As I was saying earlier, I think having 2 transfers to take into game week 15 will be valuable, because that's when there's a few awkward fixtures. Solanke or Andreas. Keep or sell Tony? Keep. Is Nunez a good bet? Yeah, he's a good bet. Lucas has 200 likes right there. Yeah, that flew up. We're at 819 now. Surely we can hit 1k before the deadline. I appreciate all your support, guys, and tuning into these streams. It does mean a lot, and I don't take it for granted. Start Saliba or Dalot? Saliba. Dalot or Joe Gomez? I would back Dalot. He's got the attacking threat, which Gomez doesn't. I think Gomez has had like 1 attack and return in his last 4 seasons, so really his ceiling's 6 points. Andreas or Trossard? That's a tricky one. I think I'd give it to Trossard. Hopefully the Potter against his old game would be a really exciting game. Keep Tony. Yeah, I'd keep Tony. Yeah, nothing on Haaland yet. So it looks like about 10:45, which is in just under half an hour. We should get some City news. So whatever we get, and we'll let you guys know. Hopefully that's what he's referring to. All he said is that at 10:45 he's going to post an update. So I'll let you know whatever that is in just under half an hour. Pablo says Palace and Newcastle appear to both have 35% clean sheet odds. Is it reasonable to start Guehi over Trippier, given that I already have Pope in goal? No, you start Trippier regardless here, because we're talking about 2 complete ends of the spectrum as far as attacking returns. I know it's doubled up, so it's a bit risky, but Trippier's got so much attacking threat that you don't want to bench him. You know, he's on free kicks, he takes corners, he can get you something out of nothing. You know, he scored 6 points against City back in Game Week 3. He conceded 3 goals and got a yellow card that game. And 6 points is like keeping a clean sheet, you know, in a regular game week. So you start Trippier 100% there. Interesting. FPL villain. He just tends to just get Aston Villa news, and he says Haaland out, it seems. But yeah, we'll see. We'll have hopefully more news about 10:45. Vizol, thanks for the super chat. He says, would you sub any of these for Almiron? I've currently got Zaha, KDB, Martinelli and Saka. Thoughts on Tony, Jesus, Haaland front three? No, I wouldn't sell any of those. I think that's a great midfield. I think Almiron, right now, I'm probably a downgrade on those. Maybe Zaha, but I wouldn't sell Zaha before Southampton at home. That entire midfield's got great fixtures, so I would certainly keep. Kieran says, start Guehi or Cucurella. I would start Guehi myself. Yeah, Guehi in my opinion. Should I vice Kane? Yeah, as far as vice captains, I would say Kane. Salah's a good one if you've got him as well. Foden's a good shout. Saka. A lot of good options this game week. Oh, I'm losing my voice. This is not good. Why Tony? I just think he was a good pick back when I got him on the wild card. I'll give him the next 2, and then I might sell him in Gameweek 16 when he's got City. He's done alright for me, to be fair. 3 goals in his last 4. Ross Willis says, Haaland to Darwin, 1 week punt. No, surely not. Even if he's out, you'd have to reverse that transfer and hope you've got no other fires to put out. That's the thing. Also, the other side of the coin is it depends when you bought Haaland. I've had him since Gameweek 1. So, if I go to the transfers page, I can sell Haaland for 11.8 here, right? But his price is 12.2. So, if I sell him and then buy him straight back, I've just lost 0.4 mil team value straight away for a 1 week punt. And that's a lot to pay for a 1 week punt. Am I going to captain Haaland? It totally depends on what news we get in about 20 or so minutes. We should get some news just before the deadline. Team News and Tick said that at 10:45 he'll tweet some news. So whatever he gets, I'll share with you guys. If my voice holds out till then. So yeah, whatever we get, I will let you guys know. Bailey or Maddison? I think I'll go Bailey, honestly. Neo Alessandri's back. He's the time traveller who last tuned in a few weeks ago, or last gave his reveal a few weeks ago. What was he said last time? You said that Haaland blanks, and you were bang on. Gameweek 11 it was. We'll see, Neo. You were bang on last time. Hot ginger tea, sort your throat. I know I can't do a tea now. I'm in the middle of a stream. I've got to stick here for another 40 minutes. I'm sticking it out, guys. I'm good. C-Max loving the background music. Appreciate that. Yeah, it's Harris Heller. He makes copyright-free music for streamers, so shout out to him. You saw Bailey for Foden last game. It gone bad. Hopefully this game it goes good. I think that was a very fair transfer to make. Solanke or Andreas. Tea making stream when? That'd be good. Welcome back for another tea making session. Today we're going to pop the kettle on and we're going to make a ginger tea with a pinch of lemon to sort out Focal's throat. Shaw for Dyer. I think I'd give Shaw this week. I think he's fine to wait a week. Who are we raiding off today? Good question. I don't know. I'll have to see who's live. But let's have a look at the goal scorer odds, which assume that a player starts, and obviously that might not happen with some of these players. Namely Haaland and Ronaldo, who are doubts, but we'll see. But Haaland, if he starts, is favourite on the goal scorer odds. 56.5% chance of scoring. Jesus and Salah second, 47%. Kane and Nunez, 42.5%. Mitrovic is up there. Firmino, Wilson, Saka, Martinelli and Tony. How many players have you guys got from this one? I've got 1, 2, 3, 5. Just 5 for me. Someone trolled Andy with a picture of Haaland getting off a bus. Yeah, this is it. I'm very careful about what I read out and what pictures I show, because I don't want to give you guys the wrong information either, and misdirect your transfers or captaincy plans. All I know right now is that at 10:45, Team News and Tick said he's going to reveal something. So whatever he reveals, I will let you know. It's going to be a good 15 minutes before the deadline, so that's positive. And hopefully we'll have something definitive, whether he's in the squad or not, or whether he starts or not. Would he be even better? If he doesn't start, then I'll go Salah captain. If he's starting, then he's my captain. Simple as that for me. If he's benched, then it is a decision to make whether to start Andreas ahead of Haaland or leave Haaland. I think Haaland could do damage off the bench, in honesty, so I'd probably leave him starting regardless. Transfer Zaha to Saka. I think that's quite sideways this week. There's nothing to suggest that Saka outscores Zaha. He's projected slightly higher on the predicted points, but it's close in my opinion, and I think it's not a move I would make. I'd rather just take 2 transfers into next week. Zedonk says, you need the Gollum juice Andy Serkis had to drink. Ginger and lemon with honey. A healthy FPL manager is a successful FPL manager. Thanks, Zedonk. That's my plan. Once the stream wraps up, I should make... I've got some ginger and lemon tea bags, actually. So I'll make one of those. A quick shout out to the fplfocal Discord. If you guys aren't in the Discord, it's a really good FPL resource. There's channels for things like the price changes, the lineups, the live scores, live points, bonus points, Gameweek stats, injury updates, top 10k stats, deadline alerts, and loads more. And you can also pick which alerts you want to receive. So for example, if you wanted to get the price changes every night, then you can get that there as well. So I'll chuck the link in the chat for you guys to join. That's the Discord. I'm going to be on there probably most of today because there's such good football on today that in fact I'll pin it. There we go, that'll be easier. Jan says, if Haaland doesn't start or even travel, would you transfer Solanke, doubtful, to Wilson and bench Erling to have 2 forwards, second being Wilson? If you're forced to start Solanke, then yes, I would make that transfer. I would sell Solanke. I don't see him getting anything against Spurs, in honesty, so I would probably sell him. Yeah, that's a move I would make. Yeah, I think you're in an awkward position if Haaland doesn't start or travel, and if you're forced to start Solanke, right? So the logical thing to do there is to spend a transfer on Wilson, who I think is a good pick for the final 3. Villa at home, Southampton away, that's a great fixture. Chelsea at home, you never know, but Newcastle have been brilliant at home, so I don't mind that at all. Makes a lot of sense, Jam. I'd probably make the same move myself. I think Scamacca is a great pick from Gameweek 15 onwards, but this week it's a bit of an awkward one. John says, do you watch live football on TV? Yeah, I'll be watching all the games today, and I'll be on the Discord. On Discord there's a channel called Live Match, which is where everyone's chatting as we follow the games together. It's really good in there during games. It gets absolutely crazy because everyone's, you know, celebrating or in despair. So I definitely recommend the Discord, even if only for Live Match. And if you guys in the chat in the Discord as well, have you used Live Match before? Then I missed a super chat. Apologies. Ari says, every time Captain Salah doesn't work, do I go again? It's so tough this week. Right now I'm on Haaland, and I hope that we'll get some news before the deadline whether Haaland starts or not, or whether he's in the squad or not even. If he's benched or not in the squad, then I think Salah's the next best option. But even if we don't know definitively if Haaland plays or not, I think Salah's fine. I honestly think he's fine to captain this week. I know he's been a frustration, but I think he's okay. I think he's okay to go with him this week. Does Perisic start? Paul O'Keefe is pretty good with predictions for Spurs, and he had Perisic benched. He predicted Sessegnon to start. $3,100 tuning in right now. It shows how many people are keen for Haaland news. If we do get anything, then obviously whatever comes through, I will let you guys know. Team News and Tick said he's going to update us at 10:45, which is in about 15 minutes. So whatever comes out, I'll let you guys know. Hopefully we get something definitive on whether he's starting or not at all, and whether he's even in the squad. Of course, we hope that he's in the squad. Or do we? Do you guys hope that he's in the squad or not? Do you think it would be nice if it blew the game wide open for one game week? Certainly the rank gains would be massive if he doesn't start, because then we're all forced to go elsewhere. Did I miss a super chat? Sorry. Russell says, Captain Jesus or Salah play Botman 3 times Newcastle defence or Guehi. I would captain Salah and go Guehi between those two. Yeah, I don't think I'd triple up. I think Guehi's fine, and I would captain Salah over Jesus. Are you rolling the transfer? I am. Unless we get news that Cancelo's out, then I'll probably be forced to make a transfer. I might go for Fana to White, something like that. Because otherwise I have to start Andreas. If there's no Haaland news, who will I captain? I still need to decide. Right now, it's probably going to be Haaland. I'll probably stick with him regardless. What are you guys planning to do if there's no Haaland news? Are you going to stick with Haaland, or are you going to go elsewhere? Check your DMs. Alright, I'm checking. Yeah, Haaland's in the matchday picture from Man City. But the media team generally don't know anything. Hang on, I think that's Boona. I'm not putting that on screen. It's definitely Boona. I'm not putting that one on screen. But what I will put on screen is the tweet from Man City, if I can find it. But as I was saying, they don't know anything, the media team, so it might mean nothing. But they've got the Ready for Leicester tweet, and they've got Haaland there. What is this? Who are you going to call? Why is it Ghostbusters? What's the reference? Whatever the reference that is there, that's gone over my head. But yeah, the media team generally don't know much. It's their job just to do the marketing and that sort of thing, get the engagements. Lavina says, Haaland we trust. Foden or Saka? I'd probably go Foden between those. City probably got the best 3 fixtures. Maybe Everton as well. Halloween weekend. Oh yeah, of course, Halloween. Okay. That would be scary if Haaland doesn't start. Is anyone going trick-or-treating? Or are we too old for that? How old are you guys? Chuck your age in the chat. I'm 30. Fred's 14, Fielder's 27. Finn's 18, Abady's 27. Real mix. Roger's 78. Juniors is 17. What? When you type 69, the auto moderator hides it automatically. Grow up, YouTube. $102. Bloody hell. Yeah, I'm 30. Dan G says, haven't got enough money for Foden. Only 7.6 mil. Keep Trossard or bring in someone like Almiron in. Oh, I just lost the message. You haven't got, so 7.6 mil. I guess you can't afford. Have you got Martinelli already, Dan? if you haven't got him, then I'd go Martinelli. I still think Zaha's okay for the final 3. Almiron's okay as well, but just have a check how you look for the last game week, because Newcastle got Chelsea. Not the best. I think I'd go Almiron or Zaha. I think Almiron's fine. Let me check what FPL reviews projecting for the final 3. I think I'd go Almiron there. You imagine there's a bit of new manager bounce with Villa at the moment, so they might give Newcastle a tough time, but I still think at home, Almiron's a great pick there. I know Zaha's been a troll, but I still think he's a good pick as well. You know, Southampton, they're in the relegation zone, and I think they are second worst this season for expected goals conceded. So I think they're good as well. I'm just going to have a look at the projections to see what FPL reviews back in higher, Zaha or Almiron over the final 3. In about 10 minutes, we should have some news from Team News and Ticks. So hopefully he'll have some Haaland news for us regarding whether he's in the squad or not, starts or not. We hope. We might not. It might be something else completely. Let's see. So all players, midfielders, 8 mil. Reviews back, Zaha higher, 13.7. Almiron's got 10.2. So if you can afford the exact money for Zaha, then I would go Zaha. I'd back review in that case. Unless, just check what you can use that money towards. Unless you can use the money for something else. You know, for example, that extra cash might let you upgrade a forward or a midfielder to someone better in Gameweek 15. Just check what you can use the spare cash for. Mo Armar says, hi Oscar, similar team to yours with Gueye instead of Dyer and Riot instead of Pope. 2 free transfers, Gueye to Gabriel and Zaha to Saka. I wouldn't use 2 free transfers. I'd use 1 so you don't lose one, but I think having 2 transfers and 15 is going to be invaluable, so I would take 2 transfers into next game week. I would spend 1. Gabriel was spotted limping down the tunnel though, so he's a bit of a risk, I would say. White is probably the sensible, safer pick. Saliba's good, but he's on 4 yellows, so 1 more and he's suspended for a match. So if you've got nowhere else to spend a transfer, then I would sell Gueye for White. I don't know if I'd do Zaha to Saka myself. Carliga says, you call it trick or treat, and I'm not reading that. Fair play, thanks for the super chat. Del Boy says, alright Oscar, cancel it out for Ben White. I wouldn't be selling Cancelo, certainly not. Akshay says, Foden and Haaland out, team using Ticks Twitter. No, that's probably the that's probably not team using Ticks, that's going to be Boona. Yeah, that's going to be Boona, that's not team using Ticks. The only leak we've had so far is that Conor Gallagher starts for Chelsea today. But Team News and Ticks said in about 10 minutes he'll give us some kind of update. So we hope that will be whether Haaland starts or not, whether he's in the squad or not. And then I'll make a decision on my captaincy based on whatever comes through there. But do I go Salah captain if we don't get any news? Oh, I hate this. Last minute decisions I hate. I like to have a clear head well in advance. Zaha for Almiron. I wouldn't sell Zaha for Almiron myself. Sorry, I sneezed early in the stream and now my nose is running. This is a nightmare. My throat's going as well. But yeah, not long. We should have some news. About 11:15, Team News and Ticks said he'll give us an update on Haaland or on Man City. So hopefully we'll get something there as to whether he starts or not. Whatever we get, I will let you guys know. Langani says Haaland to Daka 1 week punt. Definitely not. Definitely not. You've got to be trolling with that one. There's no way. You lost the plot if you're serious with that one. Time for Lemsip. Yeah, I need some Lemsip. This is the problem. If you get any difficulties once you're live, you can't go anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. I'm here till the deadline. 23 minutes to go. Thoughts on Robertson starting? I imagine he does. I think he probably does start, and I think Trent starts as well. Probably Gomez and Van Dijk centre back. Mikhail says, I only have Foden, Haaland and Martinelli from Arsenal and City and one transfer. Should I roll or upgrade Zuma, Salah and Zaha to Solanke and Mitro? 4.3 mil on the bank. I don't think so. I don't think I would. Unless you're forced to start Solanke. But there's no one that stands up really this week as far as forwards. You know, Calvert-Lewin's got the best fixtures, but he's only just started playing again. So I'd want to see a bit more from him before spending a transfer there. So, again, if you're forced to start Zuma, I would spend a transfer there. That's probably where I would go. Because they've got Man United, so I think that's where you could spend a transfer. 4.3 mil, but I don't know where I'd go to. Maybe Alexander-Arnold. It's difficult to say about knowing your full team. Maybe Zuma to Trent. Salah, Zaha. Yeah, I think the rest is okay. So I'd probably do something like Zuma to Trent. Go for the high upside, exciting pick for the last few. Or if you don't have Trippier or Cancelo, then I think those have to be priority. Todd says, pending Haaland news, I might swap captain to Kane, 1 free transfer, and thinking Bailey to Saka, and bench either Guehi or Gomez, maybe just roll and hope Saka blanks. Bailey to Saka. I like Bailey to Saka a lot. I think that's a great move. Guehi to Gomez, I don't like that. I'm not a massive fan of that one. Saka I think is a much better transfer there. Bailey to Saka. But yeah, pending Haaland news, then yeah, if he's benched or not in the squad, then certainly we swap our captaincy to someone else. Hopefully we get a clear answer in about 5 minutes whether he's starting or not. I've got an alarm set, so once that goes off, I'll check to see if we've got anything. Ryan says, is it worth a -4 to transfer out Bowen or just play Andreas with Guehi, bench in case Haaland is out? No, you just play Andreas. I don't think you take a -4. I don't think, no. Yeah, it's difficult because Bowen has this reported ankle injury. It's reported not to be serious, and he's reportedly in the squad, so I don't know if I'd take a -4. I would just play Andreas. Zaha to Saka from -4. I don't think I'd make that transfer for free, let alone a -4. Not for me. Just having a quick check if there's anything that's come through. Bear with me, guys. Yeah, anything that comes through before the deadline, I will let you guys know. In about 5 minutes, we hope to get something from Team News and Ticks regarding Haaland, whether he starts or not. My throat is absolutely ruined. It's not looking good. Yeah, hopefully get something clear, because there is a big edge to be gained there if we do get early news. And I do sympathise, as I said at the very start of this stream, I do sympathise with those in time zones where it's difficult to get up and get that early news. Because those of us tuning into this stream take FPL fairly seriously, so we want to know things like if Haaland's starting or not. You know, imagine if Haaland's benched, then that's massive. You switch your captaincy to someone else like Salah. Imagine Salah or Kane, whoever you pick instead, goes on to Hull and Haaland comes on for 1 point. You've just gained a significant amount of points over those that are in awkward time zones or less engaged. But I know some of you tuning in right now are up very early to catch hopeful news. R11 Trident says it's 5:40 AM here. Yeah, fair play. I respect the hustle getting up early for potential news, and I hope we get some for your case and for you. And Colby as well, he's up at 4:30 AM. I'll run for Trossard. I don't think I'd sell Trossard. Not a great fixture this week, but I like his final 2 fixtures after that. So a quick refresh, see if we've got anything yet. But yeah, as I said earlier as well, be very careful of what you read on Twitter and whatnot. Take everything you see with a pinch of salt. Anything we get, I will let you guys know, and I'll give my verdict on the reliability. By the way, it shows how ridiculously invested we are in Haaland alone, because we've got 4,600 tuning right now, which is, by the way, an all-time record for a stream. And it's just because of Haaland. It's nothing to do with me. It's not because you want to catch my stream or content. It's because we want to know what's going on with Haaland. So whatever we get, I'll let you guys know. Any leaks we get, I won't let you guys down. I will let you know whatever it is that comes through. And hopefully what we get in a couple of minutes or so is clear-cut news on Haaland. But yeah, thank you all for tuning in so far. If you do enjoy the stream or are enjoying it, please do hit like. I massively appreciate all your support, and subscribe to the channel. I go live every game week for deadline streams, and I do 4 or 5 videos every game week as well. Sanka says we still love you, Focal. Thank you, Sanka. Appreciate that. John says it is for me. Alright, I'm glad at least one of you is tuning in for me and not the Haaland news. If I was a regular subscriber, I'd be tuning for the Haaland news right now. That's what we want to know. Does Haaland start? Is he benched? Hopefully in a couple of minutes we get a leak or some kind of indication whether he's in the squad or not, whether he starts or not. Whatever we get, I will let you guys know. I'll relay that to you. And as I said, be careful with what you see on your timeline, because FPL Boone is out in full force with his fake leaks. Kim says I tune in for that T-mug. It is a banging T-mug. FPL merch, shout out to them. They sent me this. I think it's back to front, but they made this and sent it to me. It says fplfocal, former #1 in the world last season. Rijal says I tune in every game week just for you, mate. Thank you, Rijal. Appreciate that. H-Mag probably has nailed it there for many. He says I watch all your videos, but yeah, the stream's for Haaland. Foden or Salah for captain. The FPL Review's projected points had Salah top, so I think he's the best alternative. Anything from Team News and Ticks? That was what that alarm was, by the way, because he said at 10:45 he'll reveal something, but let's see. Just checking what we have, if anything. Solanke to Jesus. I like that. Hurry up, man. What do you mean hurry up, man? I'm refreshing it and he's not posted anything yet. Anything that comes through I will share with you guys, but he's not posted anything yet. I'm refreshing on Twitter and on Instagram, so whatever comes through I'll relay to you guys. And obviously he may not share any Haaland news at all, by the way, like I said earlier. All he said is at 10:45 he's going to share something, and which is where we're at now. Start White or Guehi? White. Right. Nothing there. Nothing yet. I'm going to keep refreshing. We'll see what comes through. And I'm sorry for the dead air, but I'm bad at multitasking and talking while I'm also refreshing different pages for anything that comes through regarding Haaland. That's what we all want to know. We just want to know if he's starting or not. If Haaland's benched, will you guys bench him in your team, or are you going to start him regardless? Because obviously that's the tricky one if he's benched, because then he's still in the squad, and it's whether he comes off the bench and does damage or not, which he's certainly capable of doing. Or do you start someone like Andreas? Bear with me, guys. He's just gone private on his account. Didn't realise I wasn't following him. Oh no, I am. I'm following on that account, but not the other one. No. That's his update. He says, "You're all here for Leicester, right? Conflicting reports, but I'm told Vardy, Barnes, Maddison start." That's the 10:45 update. And I'm also told that Haaland and Foden aren't starting. That's, yeah, again, this is not 100% confirmed, but this is what he's told. So that's enough for me to switch my captaincy to Salah. So I'm going Salah captain. Foden's a really surprising one. I did not see that coming. So I think what I'll do is I'll give Salah captain, and it's whether to give Andreas the nod ahead of Haaland or not. Yeah, I mean, he's very reliable, by the way. In case you guys are wondering who this is Leak Lineups, who's very reliable for early news. He's got a reputation of being... Yeah, Boona was actually right. By chance, though. By coincidence, he got it right. But yeah, he says, conflicting reports. I'm guessing he's referring to Leicester. Or he says that. And he says, I'm told Vardy, Barnes, Maddison all start. But he says, I'm also told that Haaland and Foden aren't starting. I think I'm going to start Haaland regardless, but I'll probably captain Salah, which is what I've done anyway in my team just now. So that's massive, and that's really annoying as far as Foden. So those who are looking to make a transfer for a midfielder, definitely don't bring in Foden based on this. Saka's the standout. Especially if you're looking to sell Bowen, then I would move for someone like Saka, not Foden, based on this. But yeah, that's surprising. So I think I'll start. Do I trust it? How much? It's difficult, isn't it? I'll probably start Andreas ahead of Foden because I've been following him for a while on Twitter, and he is very reliable. He's basically never wrong. So I think I'll start Andreas ahead of Foden based on this. Huge news that. So that's massive. For me, I'm going to change the captaincy to Salah myself. I'll go Haaland vice. I think we're okay with Salah. I'm just thinking about what to do with Foden. I'll probably bench Foden for Andreas. What are you guys planning to do now? Shall I run a new captain poll based on this? We'll do a fresh captain poll to see what everyone's doing now. I'll leave this on screen for anyone that's tuning in now. Haaland, Salah, Kane, other. So yeah, if anyone's just tuning in, the news from Leak Lineups, who is very reputable, by the way, in terms of leaks and early news. If you guys go through his Twitter, you can see it. Sorry, his Instagram, Leak Lineups. You'll see that he's very reliable with stuff he shares pre-match. He is bang on with the leaks. So I would trust him. So personally, I'm going to bench Foden. I'm going to start Andreas. But yeah, that's surprising on Haaland. I think I'll start Haaland still. And I think I'll give Salah captain, Haaland vice. No, maybe not even Haaland vice based on this. I think I don't even give him vice captaincy. I think I go... Who would I give it to? Mitrovic maybe? What are you guys doing? What's the captain poll saying now? 52% are on Salah captain. 11% are sticking with Haaland. Kane is 19% and 17% are other. What are the others? We've got Jesus, Mitrovic, Saka. These are great picks as well. That's the thing. This week there are some great alternative picks. Tyler says sell Foden for Saka. Ready if Andreas start him. Rather keep Bailey on the bench. Thoughts? I don't think I'd do it. I don't think I'd sell Foden. I think he's still good for the final two, right? 2 home games. I think he just you give the Bailey the nod instead. It's going to be an awkward game week, you know. You could even start Foden and he could come off the bench and get you something, but I don't think I'd sell Foden. I don't think I would do it. Because by the time Game Week 15 and 16 roll around, 2 home games against Fulham and Brentford, you're going to want him, aren't you? Start Andreas or Guehi in place of Foden. I would start Andreas. That's my plan. If I had Guehi, I think I'd still go Andreas. So I'll just bring it back to my team for a second to make the changes in case the website goes down. So it'll go. It's not great when you're putting so much trust in, you know, a leak, but it is Team News and Ticks, who is very reliable with his early news. So we're going to trust him. We're going to trust him on this one. You know, City Extra have also just tweeted it now. Obviously, their source is Team News and Ticks, but they've said it as well. Haaland and Phil Foden not starting for Man City versus Leicester. I'm going to retweet that. Massive news right before the deadline. So, it looks like you guys are probably going for Salah now as captain. That's my plan. Bring it back to this. Yeah, it's very annoying that Pep's benched Haaland. I guess he had the injury, but I don't know why he's benching Foden. I thought everything pointed towards Foden starting this one, I'll be honest. You know, you can never predict Pep, it's difficult. Pavli says start Andreas or Guehi. I think I did that one already. Andreas. Oh, stream's falling apart here. What's happened there? You can see my green screen. Screw it, I'll sort that out later. Will Perisic start? Paul O'Keefe predicted that he wouldn't. I generally would trust him. His opinion's been very good this season in terms of Spurs predictions. He could start, but I'd probably trust Paul O'Keefe. His judgment is better than mine, I would say, and probably better than most as far as whether Perisic starts or not. So I would say he doesn't, based on that. Kane or KDB captain. So yeah, this is an opportunity to refer to our predicted points for this game week, and these are from FPL Review, and these are the top points projections for the game week. And they've got Salah top, Saka second, Kane third. I think these are the 3 standouts along with De Bruyne. De Bruyne will certainly start with Foden bench, so De Bruyne is a very good option as well. Yeah, now we know that Haaland doesn't start and Foden doesn't start. These two will drop straight off the projections. Because what they do is they factor in expected minutes each game week. Let me just check for any last minute news, anything else other than that. I think that's going to be it. So my captain is Salah. I'm starting Haaland. My little brother just messaged me and he said quality live stream. Thank you, bro. Appreciate that. Haaland bench. Yeah, I'll pull it up on the screen again because I guess that's what everyone's here for. There it is again. So from League Lineups, that's his handle on Instagram. And he's very reliable for leaks and all sorts of news and that sort of thing. So I'm going to trust him, basically. I do trust this guy. I've actually never seen him be wrong before, so it might even be a first for him to be wrong. Another one here. He's not even in the squad, so according to this is a verified Twitter account. I can't confirm their reliability, but they are verified on Twitter. And they said Haaland not included in the squad to play at Leicester. So I think I'm going to just leave it as is, just in case it's wrong, because if he's not even in the squad, then Foden comes off my bench for Haaland anyway. Not ideal. So yeah, he's perhaps not even in the squad. So that's the news. If anyone's just joining the stream, the leak is that Haaland's not in the squad, we believe. Team using tick said he doesn't start, but perhaps the full information is that he's not even in the squad. Foden, I presume, is. He almost certainly is in the squad. Foden benched reportedly. Apologies if I did miss any super chats or anything else during that. I think I did. Really sorry about that. I think it's moved off the screen. Chat was moving so fast and I was just trying to keep up with the news, so sorry if I missed anything there. So that's the last minute news if you're just joining the stream. Haaland reportedly not in the squad, Foden benched. We did deliver on the news, so guys, if you have enjoyed the stream so far, please do hit like on it. We've got a few minutes till the deadline. We delivered on the team news, so hit like if this has been useful. The point swing could be massive because there's a lot of people that aren't tuning into these streams. They don't know what's going on last minute. The potential points gains are huge if your captain comes off. To be fair, if Haaland's not even in the squad, then their vice captain will come off anyway. So based on that, I actually need to change my vice captain. Who was second on the points projections that I own? Saka, Kane, Jesus, De Bruyne, Martinelli. I think I'm going to give it to Mitro, vice captain. Oh, oh no! Hang on. Luckily, I've got another window here. I don't think that's saved. Oh god. Oh, that's not what you want to see. A few minutes before the deadline, or 1 minute before. Oh my god, it's down. It's down. That's it. I'm on Haaland Vice. The website's down. Oh no, I can't get on. That's it. I have to just completely count on Salah. Oh no, Salah playing. The website's down. You're kidding me. I'm glad I did it a bit before the deadline. This is not good. People are going to be fuming about this. Oh, people are going to be kicking off on Twitter. Oh, this is awful. Basically, Salah has to play or I'm absolutely fucked this game week, because if Salah for any reason doesn't play, I've got no captain. The website's down. It's down on the website. Is it down on mobile? Oh my god. This is what I'm getting. On my other screen, this is what I'm getting. Yeah, that's it. So I have to just count on Salah now. I couldn't do the rest in time. I couldn't make the other change. I wanted to change my vice captain to Mitrovic. The game's updating. That's it. It's done. We've passed the deadline. Oh my god. Did you guys change in time? That's the deadline. We're there. My team saved it, didn't it? I think it's saved. Do you remember? Oh god, this is awful. I need to rewind the stream afterwards and make sure I actually saved. It doesn't matter actually. If Haaland's not in the squad, then it's the same thing, isn't it? It moves to the vice. I didn't get Andreas though. Has the stream crashed as well? Oh my god, this is disaster. Right, I think that's about time to wrap up the stream. Guys, dramatic end to the stream, but if you guys do benefit from the Haaland news, then please do like the stream. It's massive news. And that poll. That poll's irrelevant now. 50% went Salah captain instead. I went Salah as well. I suppose if he's not even in the squad, then it doesn't matter too much because vice captaincies will move over. And in my case, yeah, my vice is Haaland, which I didn't want, by the way. I tried to change it to Mitrovic, and it didn't update in time. Right, is anyone live who we can raid? Who should we raid? Is there anyone to raid? Let me know, guys, in the chat if there's anyone to raid. Who's this? FPL Josh. Can't hear his stream. Oh, there we go. Say something, Josh. Should we raid you? Should we go raid Josh?
I'm on my live stream, Mum. Please do not bloody come in the room. Don't bloody do that.
He says, please don't come in, Mum. I'm on my stream. Let's go raid him. This is going to be brilliant. All right, we're going to go raid FPL Josh. Because he says, don't come in my room, Mum. I'm live on YouTube. Let's go raid him. Let's go raid Josh. He was having a go at his mum just now because she was wanting to come in his room while he's live on YouTube, but he's only got a few viewers, so let's go raid him and let's see how he reacts. Everyone head over to FPL Josh, tell him fplfocal sent you. Guys, thank you as always. Before you go, please do hit like. I'll see you over at FPL Josh's stream. That's it from me. Focal out.